Now, forewarning before I actually get started, this video is going to take a while for me to get to the point, so just be prepared. I've had enough complaints about that with former videos, so want to get that out of the way ahead of time. Now, I'm going to be talking about the phrase vote blue no matter who, and examining it and uh, basically breaking down the bullshit that is it. Now, first off, if you break apart this phrase, vote blue no matter who, it is two parts. The first is a order, the second is a condition. Vote blue no matter who. Now that first part, the voting blue, is assuming that going in our order to vote for the Democratic Party. Now, it does come in many cases from a well-intentioned effort of harm reduction. That being, the other primary party of this nation is the Republican Party, which I don't think many people will disagree with me in that the Republican Party in recent years has not just flirted with fascism, but managed to go on that first date, second date, third date, managed to get in bed, do the deed, get the STD, and has by now definitely gone on that Vegas Strip wedding. But that second part, the no matter who, is an order, makes this whole thing an order to vote for the Democratic Party no matter what they do, thus turning the entire order, the entire phrase, into a tacit endorsement, an order for you to tacitly endorse the Democratic Party no matter what they do, an effort against Republican Party. Now, yes, on the culture war issues, the Democratic Party are better than the Republican Party on culture war issues. However, if you actually look at the substantial issues, they're both the fucking same. And in some ways, the Democratic Party are far more cruel. They always operate under the idea of, if you vote for us, we will do this thing that will assure a civil right, and then whenever they get into power, they don't. The reason being is that they want to work in bipartisan cooperation with the Republican Party, that aforementioned evil entity. Now, the Democratic Party in recent years has shifted so far to the right that they are hardly distinguishable from past Republicans. And given the fact that the Republican Party has shifted so far to the right and continues to do so, for the Democratic Party to continue to cooperate with the Republicans forces them to move further to the right. This not only changes the policy of the Democratic Party, but it also shifts the overturn window of acceptable politics further to the right and makes it a more narrow section of the right. This is something that happens because functionally, this nation does not have two parties. It only has one party with two factions, those being the Republicans and the Democrats. And the only difference between them being culture war, because they both support the institution of capital. Now, I don't know if you've heard this phrase before, but if you have a party with 100 people in it, one person is waving around a Nazi flag, and no one stops them, no one beats them up, No one kicks them the fuck out. No one stops them from waving that shit around. You functionally have a party with 100 Nazis. Now, given the way our politics have turned, that functionally makes half of this one-party system, this capitalist party system, being those flag-carrying Nazis. And the other half saying, oh no, it's just heritage, functionally. We have former Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, stating that we have to have a strong Republican Party, endorsing them. Meanwhile, at the same time, you have the Republicans wanting to get rid of the Democratic Party and go further and further right without any form of hindrance. Yes, the Democrats do slightly hinder the Republicans' onward right motion. However, they don't stop it. They slow it. Now, this being said, this is not the only time the United States government has directly helped fascism. I mean, just look at the influence that Manifest Destiny had on Lebensraum. You turned go west, young man, to go east. Now, what do you do with all this information? There's not much. As far as there's not many options. I mean, there's many ways you can do this, but all in all, it ends up being one thing. You organize. Organize your people. Organize the locals. Organize your average citizen to actually get together and realize the system is not working for them and have them learn how to change the system. And let me tell you something. The argument of reform versus revolution has been settled long before I was born, long before my father was born, and it's kind of arguable if it's long before my grandfathers were born, but that's partially because my parents had me late. The fact is, it's not an argument of reform or revolution. It's an argument of survival. Because the one-party system serves the ruling class, serves capital, and only serves to suppress the masses. Now, the only way to move forward, to actually have a, not guaranteed even, but have a chance at a future, is for society to band together, the working classes to band together and fix things. In a surgical sense, medical sense, it is a surgery. Sometimes radical surgery is needed. And I would argue that this is very well one of those times. Educate, agitate, and organize. Solidarity, my friends.